Obviously not.
Where are you taking me?
Patience, Sam Flynn. All your questions will be answered soon.
Hi, I'm Nat, he's Matt. We've got your geek news right here.
And today we are talking about a sequel to a 1982 classic that is close to the heart of just about every sci-fi fan. Tron.
Yep, from Comic-Cons around the world over the last few years, Tron Legacy has been on the minds of geeks like us almost constantly.
But this time around, the story centers around a long-lost father and son, which is a very down-to-earth basis for what might be one of the most technologically advanced films of all time.
He never thought he'd see you again.
This movie is about finding human connection in a digital world.
Dad. Sam. Long time. You have no idea.
It's just very futuristic and very clean and crisp. It's the real world translated into a digital universe.
It's incredible. They've added a grander sense of geography. It's an incredible sight for your eyes to fathom.
The sets themselves are really great. You know, they're doing kind of a marriage between computer-generated images and actual practical sets, and it's going to be very difficult for people to tell which is which.
No one's ever seen anything like it. It's incredibly beautiful.
It's really the beginning of a whole new era of filmmaking.
You can tell Legacy looks familiar, but not identical to the original Tron.
Now, when you look at sequels like John Rambo or Predators that have jumped a fair bit of time, there's a serious temptation to completely just redo the old movie, but just sexier.
But Joseph Kosinski has taken a very different look to Legacy, but one that still hints at the original look of Tron.
And some Tron purists are probably worried about this new design, but Joe has brought a lot of different skill sets together to bring to life a virtual world that might have evolved from what we saw in the 80s.
If you've never heard of Joseph Kosinski, don't feel bad. This is his very first feature film.
Your father was the creator.
Where do I find him?
Make it there alive, and he'll find you.
What am I supposed to do?
Survive.
You've got the disc games and the light cycles, but they've been taken to the kind of the nth degree.
Here they come!
It was fun to sit down with the design team and imagine the evolution of those classic designs.
The new bike is flashy and it's cool and it's much more dangerous. It's much more dark.
He's different.
For this film, I really wanted the suits to actually illuminate light so that when two actors get close to each other, you see one light the other up.
The suit was amazing to put on because nothing like it had ever been worn before. They were not easy to wear, but it was an honor to wear them.
Kevin Flynn! Where are you now?
To see Jeff Bridges playing himself at 60 and himself at 35,
Dad.
that's going to be a big pull for a lot of people.
Your move, Flynn. Come on.
We had an array of 4 HD cameras attached to his head, which was covered with dots.
I often work with no costumes, no set. You'll all be wearing these next year. And my image has been sucked into the computer and they can do basically whatever they want.
I created the perfect system!
We have the Benjamin Button team. Eric Barba, the Academy Award-winning visual effects supervisor. Claudio Miranda, the Academy Award-nominated director of photography, is on this movie.
We get the benefit of all their knowledge of how to pull off this particular style of movie making.
I'm not your father, Sam, and I'm very, very happy to see you.
Seeing a version of Jeff Bridges from the 80s in the same movie as Jeff Bridges from today is more than a little freaky.
But after seeing Avatar's virtually perfect photorealistic main characters, is it going to stand up?
Because you've got to remember, being tricked into thinking a CGI alien is real is a lot easier than a human being. You've got a frame of reference for a person, and on top of that, we all know what Jeff Bridges looked like, so Let's see how they do.
I can't wait to see this one and hear it. With Daft Punk doing over 100 minutes of score in Tron Legacy, wow.
Yeah, it's got all the ingredients to be a feast for the eyes
Yeah.
and the ears, so be sure to keep your eyes on YourGeekNews.com to catch our review of Tron Legacy.
Sam. Long time. You have no idea. You're here. You're here. I'm here. You're big.
You're